Hello again, painters. It's Debbie from acrylicpouring.com, back for more crazy painting experiments today. So if you've been watching my channel for the last few days, you'll find a few videos on there where I've been experimenting with a new pouring medium. The first experiment I did was fabulous. I used apple barrel paints. I used this Sargent Art acrylic gloss pouring medium and 99% alcohol, and straight out of the cup with no water, no silicone, no torching, I got great cells. So I thought, hey, I've come across a new formula here, something that's really going to work. So the next painting I tried was Artist Loft. Miserable failure. No cells at all. The paint kind of broke up into really strange pieces. It was an interesting effect, but not one I was looking for. So I thought, okay, I need better quality paints. So I went with the Liquitex Basics. Again, no cells. The painting was okay, but nothing spectacular. So I'm thinking, now what is going on here? This is really strange. The first one, was that just some kind of lucky fluke? Am I ever going to be able to repeat it? So in order to try and repeat it, I've gone back to the exact same thing. I've gone back to apple barrel paints. I've got this one, Purple Iris. This one is a quite dark flamenco red. I've got a khaki and a parrot blue, and I thought those all go kind of reasonably well together, look kind of rich, and so I've mixed all of these with around 25 to say 30% of the Sargent Art acrylic gloss pouring medium, and then around 2 milliliters of the isopropyl alcohol in each one, and they were thin enough already that they don't need water. I always find these little things of craft paint, they're already so thin that actually, you know, they aren't really very good value, because you can't mix up a whole bunch of paint with them because you can't water them down very much. But anyway, if it works out that this is somehow I've stumbled across my magic formula, I'll be happy. So let's see if we can recreate what happened. Let me zoom you in a little bit. And I'm going to do exactly the same as I did the first time. I've got all my colours, I'm just going to layer them in twice. I'll just check that they're good before we go. So half of the khaki, half the purple, let's go blue next. Quite a bit of the blue, and then the red, and then I'm just going to go round, fill the cup. Now the first time that I did it with the apple barrel paints, I got some really great cells in the cup, and it was fabulous before I'd even done anything. So I knew that it was going to work out. This time I'm not getting any cells, so I just can't work out now. If I don't get cells on this painting, it's going to be a complete and utter mystery as to what happened that first time that made it happen. And then on all these subsequent ones, it hasn't happened, even though I've used the same alcohol, the same kind of formula, the same pouring medium. And now if I go back to use the apple barrel paints and I don't get the same results, then I'm going to be utterly mystified as to what happened that first time round. It surely can't be down exactly to the colours that you use. You know, some colours create cells, some don't. That would be crazy. Okay, no, I've not got any cells coming up in here. Okay, last bit of blue. This is not looking promising, and if this doesn't work out, I am going to be utterly mystified as to what's going on. Okay, no cells. Wow, this is just utterly bizarre. I can see the paint in there kind of mixing together, but it's not reacting at all. I'm just mystified. Okay, so I'm going to flip it up. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, let's go for the big reveal. I am pretty certain it's not going to work. In which case I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and watch that original video and try and work out what I did that made it work the first time. Okay, let's see. No. Darn it. Now I'm utterly mystified. I'm mystified how it happened the first time and now won't happen on any of these occasions subsequently. Just what did I do that first time that made it work and not these other times? It's a mystery. I'm going to have to go back, watch that original video and think, did I do something different? I did have a metallic paint in there. I had a metallic paint that had been left over from a previous project that had Floetrol in it. So I wonder if that's anything to do with it. But it was such a small amount, you know, it was only in the one colour. And it wouldn't have been a whole bunch in there. So to have affected the overall painting so much, I would be surprised if that small amount of Floetrol in one of the paints that I used had really made much of a difference. But anyway, certainly used the same paints this time. I've gone back to use the apple barrel paints. I've used the same pouring medium, used the same alcohol, all the same kind of proportions, no cells. Really fascinating. Okay, let me just pop a few of these little bubbles here before we start. And we'll move this around. I'm going to kind of move it fairly fast. See if I can get anything to happen as I move the paint around on the canvas pretty quick, but it doesn't look like anything much is going on there. Just the colours are mixing. No, I'm thinking that first one was just some kind of fluke, which disappoints me. It really disappoints me now. Zoom out a little bit, because I thought I was onto something there. Clearly not. Okay, so if we can make something nice out of this one anyway. I don't want to waste my paint and everything. So I'm still going to try and make it look good if we can. Just pour that waste part off the corner. And my last corner to go. Nearly done. I'm just going to pour it off on that side a little bit more because I really like this area at the top. If I can get that to come down a bit more. So what do I think? I think it's interesting. This area here looks kind of nice. This area with the stripes looks kind of nice. But again, you see, where are the cells? This is both fascinating and frustrating. I just can't work it out. I'm going to have to go back to that original video, see if I can work out whether it was just that one paint that had a little bit of Floetrol in it that's going to make all the difference to this end result. Very interesting anyway. So let me bring the camera down and you can take a closer look at what we've got in this painting. Here we go, that's what it looks like. It's pretty nice, I think. I'm sure somebody would like it either with or without the cells. So it does have a few little cells popping through. You can see there's a few bits and pieces down here, but absolutely nothing like the first one that I had that was completely covered right out of the cup, right from the start. This one's completely different again, you know. And there's lots of nice swirly patches of colour. I still think it's a beautiful painting, I absolutely love it, but I'm a little bit frustrated by the fact that I'm not getting the same results despite doing the same thing and using the same materials. So I'm wondering now whether I need to go back and try and copy exactly what I did, whether I include that same gold metallic paint, then mix it with a little bit of Floetrol, and maybe it'll be that Floetrol that makes all the difference in the painting. Fascinating. Anyway, I'm going to dry this one. It looks kind of cool, I think. So if you can hang on, I'll show you what it looks like when it's all finished and dried. So here it is, dried and finished. You can see it's lovely. It's got a really smooth, glossy finish. The colours are really vibrant in it. However, I've decided it's not one of my favourites. My canvases are very precious to me. I don't have very many. So I'm going to re-pour over this one and hopefully create something else. So it's been another very interesting day in terms of my search for my magic formula. Check back and look at the video tomorrow because we've got even more experiments coming up and we'll see if I can crack this. Thanks for watching.